too. I don't. I'm not sure if you heard, but Aaron Rodgers had just tested positive for COVID-19. He's vaccinated, so he's gonna be out for 10 days. And I'm just curious. I don't think we've ever asked you, but are you able to share? Are you vaccinated?
Yeah, I am vaccinated. So
Tua, I know you said you didn't know when the trade deadline is, but it was yesterday.
correct. Yeah.
Is there any sense of relief, of, not that you were expecting something major to happen, but just a relief that you can focus on the season now without the.
Yeah, not necessarily. I mean, my focus has really only been on, the team that we've been playing, and then obviously, our team. And my focus has been, just what we can do better each and every day, and then throughout the week, to hopefully get us a win.
So what was your reaction when you heard, if you haven't heard, when you heard that the team was so interested in trading for a quarterback that they requested to talk to him on Monday night? Obviously, that's a step that we haven't seen before with this team. Was that kind of eye opening to you?
I never heard of that, so I don't know.
I guess that is the case. I mean, your reaction when you do hear something like that is what?
I mean, you're the first person to have told me that, so I don't. Trade deadline was yesterday, so I don't know.
Hey, too, I wanted to ask your thoughts. Obviously, I don't know if you heard, but Henry Ruggs was in the accident before you played with him in college. What are your thoughts about the whole situation?
Yeah, I mean that's tough. Obviously, my heart goes out to the families that have been, affected by what had happened, the choices and decisions. Um, my heart goes out to Henry too and his family. Obviously, it wasn't the right choice or decision that he made. You know, at that time, I know he wished he could have had it back. Um, but when I heard the news, I mean that was tough for me to hear. Just knowing the kind of person that Henry is, you know, you never think this guy could hurt a soul. So when you see something like that, I mean, I'm still kind of in disbelief. But obviously, like I said, my heart goes out to the family that have been affected by it. But yeah, and my heart also goes out to you know Henry. That's my teammate, ex-teammate. So
I know a lot of your Alabama teammates are really close, and still now. You guys talk as a group when something affects a guy in the community like this, or how you don't have to tell me what's said, but kind of what is that like when
yeah,
later on?
we. I mean, obviously, me and Henry came in same recruiting class at Alabama, and then we also came out the same draft class. Um, but yeah, we're all so close, and that's just tough. Um, but he knows that he has our support. That's just a tough situation to be in right now for him.
Because now that this cloud of this potential trade is behind you with the trade deadline, how do you approach these 9 starts that you'll now have the second half of the year where you don't have that?
Uh, I I think I continue to approach it the same way that I've been approaching it. Just day to day things that we can get better with every day, and then obviously look back at the film, see what we can get corrected to help get us a win. So.
On unrelated note, just curious, how often on a day-to-day, excuse me, week-to-week basis, do you kind of talk with Talia and kind of check in on him and how he's doing in Maryland? Obviously, you guys going through your ups and downs and whatnot.
Yeah, I try to get on the phone with my brother at least once a week. I try to call. He's busy. He tries to call. I'm busy. It's like we're playing phone tag at times. But more than likely, it's Fridays where I can get his availability, and then he can also get mine if he's not playing. Um, but yeah, he has a lot of questions every time he calls. So I try to help him the best that I can, and
So obviously 9 games left. What do you feel like you want to or need to show over these 9 games for yourself, for the team?
Well, I think the first thing is, we want to get a win. We'll start with that this week. Try to get a win and obviously build off of that. But I don't think there's, it's not really much to prove, but it's always, what can I do better, and knowing my expectation for myself, and kind of how I want to go out there and play, not really to anyone else's expectations. So
Criticism is a fuel. Some players do. Is that something that's a motivation for you?
not necessarily. Really, I guess my biggest critic would be my dad. So that would be the kind of the biggest person that I would kind of think of every time I go out and play. It's been like that my entire life. Just, good is never good enough. It's always what can you continue to do to get better at. So
How is managing that during this period? Because obviously it hasn't gone well. How is that with your dad and some of those conversations post game and during the week?
well, my dad's a coach at heart, so he's been coaching me all my life. He knows things I can't do. He knows things I can't do. So if I try to make up an excuse, obviously his line is, I know you better than anyone else. So, don't tell me that. But yeah, high expectations from dad. So
How do you keep it fun and light when you guys are going through what you're going through? I mean, how do you make the game fun? And that's an important part of the game, I guess.
I think winning, and that's what we strive to do. That's why we practice. That's why we work so hard. That's why we come in early, to prepare to hopefully get us a win.
How are you feeling physically? I haven't asked you about that in a while. It's been a few weeks now that you've been returned to the field. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feel good. Obviously some nicks and bruises after games, but other than that, it's good. Thank you.
You were wearing, I believe, it was like a flak jacket or something for the ribs after the injury. Is that right?
Some kind of rib padding. I think it's carbon fiber. I don't know, some high-tech stuff.
Do you still need to use that, or have you gotten past the point of needing it, or is it just part of your routine now?
Yeah, it's just part of my routine. I don't ever want to feel that again, so I'm just going to keep wearing it.
How does it affect you in terms of throwing motion, mobility, all of that, or does it affect you at all when you're playing?
Yeah, it doesn't affect me at all. I'm glad it's there to help protect me. So if I do get hit, I guess the science behind it is if you get hit there again, the carbon fiber is supposed to disperse the energy. I'm not no scientist, guys. I don't know.
Is it cumbersome? Are you able to maneuver with it, or?
Yeah, I'm able to move with it well, so it's good.
Tua, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your relationship with Flores, just because you mentioned a few weeks ago that you appreciated the way that he had conversations with you throughout the rumors and all. Has the relationship gotten any better after having those type of conversations that were a little bit more player, coach, personal at some point?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was asking you about the relationship with Flores. You
Yeah.
mentioned a few weeks ago that you appreciated the conversations that you had throughout the rumors. So I was wondering if you believe the relationship is any better now than it was. Not that I'm saying that it was bad, but you know what I'm saying, that if it's better now.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd say it's better or if it's worse. I mean, Flo is a very open guy, so, for players, his door is open to any of us to come in and, have free conversation with him, whether it's about football or, obviously trade talks or whatever it may be. I think he does a really good job, communicating that to us and being very transparent. So.
When we talked to Flo earlier, one thing that he mentioned that he knows you would want to improve is your downfield throwing. Obviously, there's a lot of factors in that, including opponent's coverage. What are some of the things you can do to make strides in that area?
I mean, I think it's giving guys chances first off, but obviously I think you just never want to force anything down the field. You still want to take what they're giving you, and then obviously make some adjustments to make use of those downfield throws. And it's not just plays, but it includes everything. It includes action fake if it requires an action fake. A good pocket, protection, everyone knowing where to line up, requires a lot of things. So.
When Coach Flores was talking about your development as a young player earlier today, he said, we have more time. Do you feel like there's plenty of time?
Well, I mean, I'm not much of a patient guy, so I kind of want things to happen quick. The saying is, nothing nothing happens overnight, and Rome wasn't built in a day. So, for me, I just got to continue to trust the process and what we're trying to get done here, and hopefully start out winning some games starting with this week.